So this is Louis, and this is not going to be so much a commentary as it is a statement regarding what happened earlier in the week in Chicago as it relates to a handicapped victim who was beaten severely by 4 black people. I'm just going to read this statement for the most part and move on because I don't have the time to get into this. I have to fucking do some work, and I have another case later in the day, so I just don't have time to go into this. But what happened was that earlier in the week, a couple days ago as far as I know, an 18-year-old white male who's also handicapped was lured into a residence where he was tied up, gagged, and beaten severely. He was also tortured in a large degree. I think that it's accurate to use that word, torture, because he was beaten and forced to say things and do things against his will. So I do think that's an accurate assessment of what happened. However, charges in this matter are pending. We don't know exactly what happened. They're debating whether this was a kidnapping or this was just him being held against his will. Those things are different charges, so they're investigating exactly what happened. What we do know is that these were 4 black perpetrators, all the same age. All these people are the same age. They're all 18. The perpetrators were 2 men and 2 women. One of the women filmed all of it and put it on Facebook. She live streamed the entire fucking thing. But there's also another video floating around, and I'm not sure who took that. But these are the things that I think need to be made clear about this whole matter. From what I can find, there is no evidence that links Black Lives Matter to this crime. That doesn't mean the evidence doesn't exist. It doesn't mean that it can come out that these people were all Black Lives Matter supporters or activists or maybe just one. But from what I've seen, there is no evidence that links this crime to Black Lives Matter. Another point that I don't hear is that the justice system in this case is working as intended. The perpetrators have been arrested. There's an ongoing investigation, so it takes time to actually conduct the investigation and bring charges against people that are already arrested. It's not as though that, nothing's happening. The justice system is working as intended. This is a real point in the matter, but race appears to be a factor in the motive for the attack. It's not just present in terms of what they're saying, but also it matters in terms of what their motive was for hurting this guy and beating him and holding him against his will. It appears to be racial. That appears to be why they're doing it, at least to some degree. The reason why I'm making this commentary is because I see a lot of people freaking out, and there is a gross amount of speculation as it relates to this. There are people that are going to an extreme degree to describe the matter inaccurately, to make up evidence where it does not exist, to associate people and things that do not relate because we don't know exactly what happened yet. We don't know what the charges are going to be. We don't know the motivation outside of potentially racism. That appears to be a genuine factor for why these people did what they did, but we don't know whether this actually has to do explicitly with politics. I know what was said. Maybe there is evidence within the video and I just didn't see it, or maybe it's in one of the videos over the other one that I watched, but I think that people are really jumping the gun when they're saying that this is politically motivated. But I'm just going to end this video on 3 different things that I just want to point out that are the real motivation for why I'm doing this video. If you oppose feminists or Black Lives Matter advocates pressuring prosecutors because that's not how our justice system works, you are a hypocrite if you sign this petition or otherwise act as they would in this instance. Racism is not a crime, even if it's the motive in a crime. Beliefs and thoughts should not be prosecuted. Hate crime laws are illegitimate, exploitative, and are likely unconstitutional if challenged. Fair enforcement of otherwise illegitimate laws do not make them any more legitimate. Telling prosecutors responsible for pursuing charges to bring thought crime charges is you advocating for those laws. I think people really need to assess this situation and take a minute and take a breath and realize what they're saying on social media. I don't deny how horrific this crime was. I don't deny that this is an instance where, it's on video and it's very hard to watch. And I do not deny the link between these people and their motive being linked to racism. I don't deny that. I just think that people are going way too far in what they're advocating for, and the fact that, in my opinion, people are taking positions that are flagrantly hypocritical, that they should not be taking. Every sign says that the justice system is working as intended. If you have evidence to say that these 4 people are just going to be let go, which I've seen claimed on social media, which I've not seen anything indicating that. If you have any evidence to say that I'm wrong and that these fucking people are just going to be let go despite the video evidence of this guy being fucking tortured like this, feel free to link it below to me, okay, to prove that I'm wrong. But otherwise, I think people need to fucking hold off before the investigation can just be concluded and charges can actually be filed. If you want to criticize this after they bring charges, feel free to do so. But the investigation is still ongoing as of now. So you're just enforcing mob justice, and you seem completely unaware of that. And I'm not in favor of that, and I'm consistent on it, unlike some people apparently. But that's all I have to say. Thanks for listening.